My name is Tunku Mudzaffar. I'm the founder and CEO of microLEAP. microLEAP is an Islamic and conventional P2P microfinancing platform regulated by the Securities Commission Malaysia. So we help micro enterprises that may find it difficult to raise funds from the traditional banking system. So we are an alternative financing platform that helps these micro enterprises raise anywhere from 1,000 ringgit up to 50,000 ringgit. So everything is done online, nothing is physical, so it is easy and quick, and we are able to reach out to everywhere within the whole of Malaysia. One of the things that we found, which the Securities Commission has said before, there is an 80 billion ringgit funding gap for micro and small medium enterprises in Malaysia. And because of this gap, P2P financing operators such as us are needed and required to help close that gap. So the background that microLEAP came from is that there was another gap that we saw, which was the Islamic gap. Even though at that time when we were looking on how to set ourselves up as a fintech company, even though the P2P financing market had dispersed about 500 million ringgit in Malaysia, the actual size for Islamic was tiny. Now Malaysia is number one in terms of Islamic capital markets, so we wondered why was there such a huge gap. And because of that, microLEAP was born, and we were set up to fulfill that gap and also to help micro enterprises. Okay, in terms of the industry outlook for Islamic P2P, I think it's huge. The market is largely untapped, and there is a strong demand for Islamic assets at the moment. Many of our P2P investors are not only Muslims, but also we have every race covered. We have Indian and Chinese investors because they also look at ethical and sustainable and responsible investments. And because we are Shariah-compliant, we fit all those kinds of criteria. So it's not just Islamic investments are not just for Muslims, it's for everyone that want to look at ethical principles. So it is very easy to raise funds on microLEAP's platform. Everything is done online. You have to fill in the application, upload certain documents like your financial statements. Now, if, for example, your makcik in Kuala Pilah doesn't have a financial statement, they can download our template, which is an Excel worksheet, and once they fill in all the details that they probably get from Buku 555 or on their own piece of paper onto the spreadsheet, it automatically calculates the profit and loss for them, their revenue, and also their balance sheet for them. So everything is very easy and is accessible on our platform. They also have to upload 3 months bank account statements and also their business premise photos so that we can entice the P2P investors to come and invest in their investment note. So we have many success stories on our platform. We have, for example, a lady who sells cookies down in Johor who raised 20,000 ringgit for her business. We have a goreng pisang seller in Pahang who used 15,000 ringgit to redo her shop, and now she's selling even more pisang goreng than she's ever done before. We have a small entrepreneur who sells halal confectionery on Lazada and Shopee, and he needed only 6,000 ringgit, very small sums, just to buy more stock, and he is one of our best paymasters that we have because he's making more revenue. So these are the kind of micro enterprises that we try to help, and normally it is their first actual debt financing that they've ever had. They never had a loan before, they've never gone to other P2P players. Because we are really micro focused, we help and take care of businesses that have fallen through the cracks of traditional banking systems.